Good morning. Good morning. How is everybody doing? Hey, my name is Auntie Yaa'S and I welcome you to Auntie Yaa'S Book Corner. It's Saturday morning again and we're having our Facebook Live. My co-host here, Boating Russell, I'm not sure, she might pop in a little late, I hope. So what I am going to do is I have to, once the program starts streaming, I'll have to share it to the other pages and then we can go from there. So, how has your week been? What was your win this week? It's interesting. We just started November, didn't we? And today is already the 12th. This year has kind of galloped by, I'd say. But it's always good to plan life. I'm sure you started at the beginning of the year and you're asking yourself, where did the time go? So, where did the time go? How we use our time is very important. I'm not sure. Anytime we come on the program and I try to share from my wall, it doesn't work, but it's showing that we are live on there. So I always have to copy from this page and send it to my wall. Oh, hello, Sister Aisha. Long time. How are you doing? For those of you who don't understand me, I'm speaking in our local dialect. I'm speaking Ga to my sister Aisha. And Facebook user, is this Sister Ajuodo or? Oh, good. Okay, I'm just sharing and then we will come back and do the do. I always say that I can't talk and share at the same time, so I'm just going to be quiet for a little bit. I'll tell you are spamming groups. All right, let's see. Okay, I think I have done everything I need to do. Let me share to my story. Okay, so I welcome you all once again. And before we start, I finished sharing to groups. Usually, if Yaa was here with me, she would be talking to you guys while I did the sharing. But before we start, usually I'll be talking about the programs that we have on this platform. So I'm just going to do that and then we can get into our business for today. So on this program, we do a book live on Saturdays. Own It is the current book. And it's a guide to taking accountability and responsibility for your own life journey. So the Saturday lives are, oh, hello, Ochiamieji. Thank you for joining us. How are you doing? And so we do the Saturday lives and we take a topic based on Own It, my fourth book, and we talk about it. The second program is Beauty Lessons with your favorite auntie. I take a clip from my second book and I share. And the third is Own It. I just mentioned it with your own ornithologist and queen of Own It. I said it is a guide to taking accountability and responsibility for your own life journey. A lot of us have this expectation that other people should be doing what we ought to be doing for ourselves. And it's very rampant in our community. I call it a state of learned helplessness. Yes. The fourth is Reflections. Reflections is based on my first book, Reflections for a Thirsty Soul. So I take a little passage from there and I share about it. And and then there's the question of the day. It can be any question. Yesterday, the question was, what was your win for this week? What have you accomplished or what stands out to you? There's also Auntie Yaa'S Nugget that I take any aspect of life and I come and talk about it. It could be about courage, it could be about boldness or gossiping or friendships and all, but any topic at all. As well, there's Pearls of Wisdom. Pearls of Wisdom is based on a passage from the Bible and how it applies to our daily life. Because I've always said that what I find in our community is that we are so Christianese, but a lot of times what I'm seeing or what I think I see is not lining up. So are we really understanding or believing what we are reading? Because, the classic example I use is what do you call it? I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. And you have people say, oh, I can't do this, I can't do that. They are not confident enough in themselves. Yet you go to church on Sundays and you hear this word. So is it that we just dress up and go there, or are we trying to apply it to our lives? The other thing that I talk about a lot is go to the ant, you sluggard. I had a video out yesterday on that. A lot of times we are looking to Yenuyanum to come and give us this. So my uncle is rich, he'll do this for me, or my brother has to bring me money. And we've opened our hands expecting people to do everything for us. But you can do it. So why don't you do it? A word with you is the next one. That is a shorter version. It's less than a minute. It's also based on the Bible. I said I shared on the Auntie Yaa'S. That was a word with you. That was yesterday. Last but not the least is Auntie Yaa'S Onet Academy. So we provide book coaching and publishing services. A lot of us have a story that we have to tell. Look, you and I, we both read biographies of people, and we are so happy reading them. But we think that our story is not important enough. And yet you learned something from somebody else. So somebody has something to learn from you. So why don't you put it out? If you've written it or you need help, we can help you, coach you along to print it. Or if you need somebody to write it for you, that is a ghostwriter, that too, we do that. So you can contact us. So these are the programs that comes on Auntie Yaa'S Book Corner. Saturdays is the Facebook Live, and during the week, there's anything, video clips on this wall. So do watch out for it. Now, today, we are going to be talking about mediocrity versus excellence. It is something that comes up a lot in our discussions on this platform, but we are going into details today. Like I said, today is November 12th. Yesterday was November 11th, and we remembered all the soldiers and men of how do I call it, servicemen who fought for the freedoms that we enjoy today. They did it in a different time, and you are reaping the benefits today. So if they were, at that time there was patriotism. Okay, you would hear a lot of stories of 16-year-olds, 17-year-olds. There was an age, I think, for conscription into the army, and people would actually lie about their age so they would go to war and serve their country. Do we have that today? So in that time, that is what people were doing. Do you think that if they had a mediocre mindset, they would have been so patriotic? No. But today, it's almost like we're all into ourselves. You and I both, we're just into ourselves. But how well are we living the life that we've been brought here to live? I think this must be Sister Ajuodo. Hello, if it's you, welcome, okay? Welcome. Nice to have you. And your comment says the typical people who will demand things and want to be taken care of by extended family members with entitlement mindsets. That is it right there. So this topic is important to talk about because it's from an individual perspective and then across the board, a community perspective. So if you find a group of people who pursue excellence, you find that they are doing well in the things that they've undertaken to do. And then when you look at a community like ours, where right now all we seem to be doing is blaming each other, fighting, insulting, nobody takes accountability for anything. And I've realized, this is my opinion, I've realized that we're all content to just sit there. If people are just behaving the same way we are, not making any waves, just not doing it, making any impact in life, you're okay till you start to do something new. What I've observed is that the people who do educative programs, some of them tend to get so hated on. Why? Because I guess it's the pull him down syndrome, the crab syndrome. You try to get up and other crabs pull you down. But how about we just try it? How about we just try it? This is an important topic to be talking about right now because I said it's November 12th. So 12 minus 30, 18. Then we have 31. There's just about how many more days for the year to end. How did you start out? I'm sure you had some goals. We all talk about these goals and we start talking about them and making those goals. But by the time they say a lot of people make commitments to go to the gym. So if you go in January, the first 10 days of January or so, all the parking lots in the gym, filled to capacity, then later on it starts dwindling off. So, but it's important to talk about mediocrity versus excellence. How do you live your life? So I'll start by mediocrity, okay? It's the quality of being average or ordinary. Don't get me wrong. There's nothing wrong with being ordinary or average. As you know, my people, shh, keep quiet. Don't stir the waves. Mwawano, ye calm, ye din, shh. Oh, if you do this, they'll say you are this. Just stay quiet. Let's stay here. Is that the life you want to live? Being muzzled by the system, being muzzled by people, being muzzled by your family members or whoever. It could be your spouse, it could be your siblings, it could be your parents, who knows? At the end of the day, this is what I always say, nobody knows how long they have on this earth. Are you going to allow people to shut you up because of this mediocrity mindset we have, and then you don't do what you are supposed to be doing? That is a tragedy. Yes, that is a tragedy. Hey, me, I've been told before, where did you not tell me? I don't even know them. I don't know them. All because people hate your guts because you speak up. And the sad thing is that they want to, but they don't know how to. And instead of look, for me, I'm the type of person, if I see you doing something and I don't know how to do it, I'll come and ask you. There's nothing wrong with asking questions. Hey, I'm struggling with this. Can you help me? Okay. And if I'm still struggling, I'll tell you, look, I can't do it. Can you help me? But if you go through life not wanting to learn, not asking questions, what have you accomplished? Maybe you've sat there from January up to now because you were trying to do something and you went and told your whole wad of friends, all of them, and everybody said, oh, you can't do it, you can't do it, you can't do it. And you are sitting here, you're unhappy, but you're afraid of them. So you can't tell yourself, well, I told everybody and look what happened. Let me just carry on. No, because you are not bold enough. Those friends are so important to you because they breathe for you, right? So what are the causes of mediocrity? Mediocrity happens when you have lousy leaders. I'm not getting into politics here, but I'm just saying any ship that is not run well sinks, right? And then also a lot of times, some of the points that I'm talking about here may relate to work situations, but they can be in any group dynamics. A lot of times there's confusion regarding the strengths of the teams. Look, in certain settings, if you go and you shine too much, you become a problem. One person, I'm not going to say where, but one person has to do everything. So if you come out to try and do something, they feel like you're trying to usurp or overtake or overshadow them. We are not a people given to allowing everybody's strengths to come out. Oh, Sister Jodo is good at this. Oh, Sister Aisha is good at this. Maybe let me ask them for help. We feel threatened, even though it's not your area. When somebody is doing it, you should be happy. Look, I always see Pastor P come and talk about health issues, and I'm go, wow, what a wealth of information, right? Maybe I come and talk, and somebody will go, wow, Auntie Yaa'S, this, right? So yeah, it's like we need to complement each other. Like we're not all the same. So yeah, if we want to get rid of mediocrity, we need to see the good in each other and use somebody's assets to build what is missing from you. You take from me, I take from you, and we build each other up. But we are not known for that. It's 2022, and look at the state of our community, and nobody is talking about it. on this platform right now, how many people are there? If I was insulting somebody or talking about Agrada, there'll be 200, even you get 1,000 people, because that's where our mindset gravitates to. The other thing is why we are mediocre is that we fear to fail. Try and say, I tried it and I failed. But we'll sit there and we'll be like, oh, I can't do it. We try something once and we give up. That is the thing. We try something once and we give up. Look, if you want to do well in life, there's got to be something inside you that pushes you. I call it the internal drive. You are driven to do it. It's like I'll feel, okay, it didn't work this time. Let me try something else. Okay, let me try something else. Or let me ask somebody. We are so afraid to ask for help because of pride. Oh, they'll think this. Oh, they'll think that. Go to the right people. When you go to the right people, they will answer your questions. Don't go to I call them the Debbie Downers and the net naysayers. They are downers. They'll put you down. The naysayers. So why are you doing that? Nobody's ever done that before. You will fail. We get that a lot when you come to Abrochi. The people that you come to meet, they don't want to tell you what is going on. And then because of that, they'll put their failures on you, and you are sitting there with them in their mediocrity. Anytime you try to push out, they put you down. You try to push out, they put you down. Yeah. You know, sometimes we are in places where people need to encourage us and build us up and push us, but they don't do it. You have to come out yourself to do things. For me, if I kept sitting in these situations, excuse me to say church situations, sitting there, I would still be sitting there going, I wouldn't have written 4 books because somebody may feel that, oh, this is where you are supposed to be. You can't move and that's it. But meanwhile, God has an agenda for your life and somebody else will hold you in check. The biggest mistake you ever make in life is to listen to people and not do what you have to do. And then to the other thing, why we have mediocrity, low expectations. We don't believe in ourselves enough. Oh, look, I've said this story before. I'm going to say it again for the purposes of this program. My son wants to ask me, he says, Mom, what do you think of what I'm going to tell you? There's this guy, Onosu Yobibini. He said, I was telling him about book writing because my son also writes books. And then he's like, oh, as for the writing, leave it to that brofo. When my son said, Mom, what do you think? I said, I said, well, Jimmy To. Yeah. Like, how on earth would you say such a thing? You see the inferiority complex, the inferiority of the Obibini man's mind. We are not good enough. As for us, we can't do this. Who said? Says who? Says who? I've written 4 books. Have all the Abrofo also written 4 books? Some have, but it's not. Anybody can if they set their mind to it. Do you get me? But I can't sit here and say because of what I look like, I shouldn't. Also, so welcome. You made me laugh. They look at you and give you your. It is true. It is true. I have a friend. She's from Sierra Leone. She's a social worker. And years ago, she told me this story of this young girl in her community who was ambitious. She wanted to be a nurse. But in the school system, the school that she went to, the teachers were trying to tell her she should go and do, what was it? I forget what. Not to say that it's not also a job, but they are looking at her and thinking that, oh, you can't do nursing. Go and be a nurse's aide or go and be a personal attendant. That is not what she was aspiring to become. No. Let me read some comments. Mr. Adjoa says the dysfunctional thinking and behaviors is greater due to refusal to learn, change, speak the truth, etc. within our communities. And then she says some people are not serious or are more inclined to support foolishness to seek negative attention. This is the thing. And low expectations. As for that, it's a classic, low expectations. So when they see people pushing, people doing things, oh, are they not praying? What is she doing? Oh, you like me, somebody, oh, what they die, you are sitting on Facebook talking. Have you stopped to listen? Maybe you might learn a thing or two. I go on people's platforms and I learn things and I contribute and I write my comments and I don't care what anybody thinks about it. because I know I'm writing sensible something that somebody will benefit from. That is what we are supposed to be doing, growing with each other, helping each other. Look, a lot of the people I know right now, they are not people I've seen before. Aisha, welcome. They are not people I've seen before, but we educate each other. We have we have something to learn from each other. Sister Aso, I'm going to put you on the spot. When you talk to Sister Aso, you feel like you want to talk to her for hours and hours and hours. People have wisdom, okay? Sister Ajuodo, Sister Aisha, Mandy, Pastor P, all these people, all of them, lunchtime talks, Sika, whoever. Because when you find your level, I was helping each other. I used to feel so, you go in certain environments and people feel so intimidated by you and they are doing this and they are doing that. I say, who am I? I'm just an ordinary girl trying to also live my life and I'm a threat to you. But here it's like, hey, you go and listen. Everybody is talking wisdom. Everybody is talking sense. And I go, I found my level. What are you doing? What are you doing? You are in some places that you don't fit there, and you are still, and you are still, and you are still. You know what? We need to speak the truth to each other, sister. So me, if I see something good in you, I will tell you. A lot of times we're like, we look, or no, so I said, dear, my media or treno, or to say, huh? What? What? You admire the person, tell them, okay? At work, I can get on an elevator, especially summertime when you see these bright colors and somebody is wearing something, the thing is kicking me. I'll look and I say, that's a very lovely color on you. They look up and they are smiling, they beam. Oh, thank you so much. And then a conversation. Strangers, you don't know them. We have a daycare on the second floor. So sometimes this is one guy that he got on with his son, and I'm looking and the son is hiding or something. The dad says, "Are you shy?" And we start laughing. He gets off, he says, "Have a good day." Strangers, ships passing in the night, even strangers can talk to each other. How much a community, and we can't open our mouth and bless each other. And all we do is this mediocrity, a concern, put people down. Who does she think she is? And blah, blah, blah. And Sister Aisha is going on trips and she's doing this. Where is she getting the money from? And blah, 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 talking and talking and talking. You to go on vacation. Stop working and sending your money to build those mansions back home that people are living in and you are still paying their bills. Enjoy life. Go on a holiday. Me, I like vacation. So when I see people take, I'm like, yes, that's right. Look at that. That is a beautiful place. Oh, it would be nice to go there one day, someday. Who knows, right? Dream, dream. My favorite show to watch on TV? House Hunters International. Those shows, or, Island Life, whatever. Then you see these places. Me, I say I want a condo by the ocean. Is it too much? Am I dreaming too much? Or because I look the way I look, I can't have that? I want to walk along the beach too. Yes. It's good to believe in the power of your dreams. It will happen one day if you put your mind to it. And then mediocrity comes about because there's lack of focus. We are not focused. Yenenam. Today is Saturday. If you go in our community, what is happening? I'm not saying don't go to parties, don't do whatever, but it's the same classic scenarios. You pam toma, you koha, you kuku dry, you koyese. Meanwhile, your child is sitting with tattered clothes. They need something, they need your attention. Lack of focus. You see, monkey see, monkey do. What we are teaching our kids, they'll learn from us. Me, when I was in Ghana, common entrance, my mom would go and buy books, learn, study, do this. I'm like, what is she talking about? What is she talking about? And you see, now, the same thing that I was taught, I saw it in my kids. Hey, me, I'll tell you the truth. Some of the homework that they brought home, especially the math, who be done, here. But these girls are so conscientious, they'll sit down and be working. You don't tell them to go and do their homework. They are sitting there, they will do it. So now me, I'm sitting here, I'm free, I'm free. Maybe grandma duties, retirement is coming. So grandma duties is what I'll be focusing on and doing my other stuff. Hello, is this message? It says Facebook user now. And then Sister Adjo, I think this is, she says some maybe before promote Jimmy due to lack of knowledge, lack of understanding, lack of communication, lack of boundaries, lack of respect, lack of responsibilities, and so forth. We are lacking in so many areas, and yet we don't want to learn. We want to all just stay the same. Don't get out of the bucket. If you do, they'll put you down. Oh, okay. I thought so because, yeah. Welcome. I hope you're doing well this morning. And Sister Aisha says funeral and party. So yes. And you have to have cloth because you can't be seen in the same cloth twice. Oh my, how I'm so happy I'm out of those things. Yes. If something comes up and I have to go, I go and find my black pants and find some black top and make kono. Yeah, talk about me. It's okay. It doesn't matter. It doesn't pay my bills. So the other thing is that with we're talking of causes of mediocrity, insecure team members or insecure group of friends, whoever. Look, there's people that if they hear that you're trying to do something, wow, their encouragement, inspiration, and whatever they'll give you to build you up. Let me tell you something. I'm not perfect, but the one thing that I don't know in this life is to stop somebody from doing something. Yeah. Maybe if I was a man, maybe my name would have been a Barnabas, son of encouragement, because as for encouragement, I will encourage you. I'll say, oh, yo, you can do this. Oh, you can do that. Don't put yourself down. Don't put yourself down. Yes, don't put yourself down. I'm the person that I'll post things on Facebook and I'll go to Asori them and I'll hear Kutia. Yeah, the things on Facebook, I didn't give up. They ended up in a book because nobody is going to put me down. And when you are like that, people think, oh, what is this? You know something? If you allow people to, my favorite word is muzzle. Muzzle. Yes, it's like you're a journalist and free. There's no free press. You are muzzled. The government, yeah, when people muzzle you, they don't want you to speak. If you don't remember anything from today, remember the word muzzle. Don't allow anybody to shut you up or make you keep quiet. That is how mediocrity is fostered. Be quiet. Let's all be the same. Let's just sit here and look at our community now. How are we doing? Not too well. So insecure people, yeah, this is what happens. Let's all stay the same because somebody is threatened by you shining. And yet, instead of saying that, oh, this, but you know how proud I feel when I hear, oh, this Ghanaian over here has done something. I don't know them. I'm like, yeah, you see, we can get there. She got there, right? Do you know how happy I was when I saw, I never remember her first name, Miss Biney got on there. Is it the, oh, the 4x4, is it skating? She was part of the American team. Do you know what the parents put into it for her to get to that level? They didn't allow mediocrity. So stop putting mediocrity on your kids, into your kids. Oh, you can't do this. Be quiet. Oh, this, oh, that. Shh. The society communities who love the dead more than when their loved ones are alive. How? Oh, sis, ask, oh, Busebio. Mr. Aisha says, if someone is conscientious, that person strives to do what's right. Yes, you do the right thing. Like, hello, right? As I'm talking now, I've forgotten now. Yeah, we're talking now about what is mediocrity, how does it adversely affect us? And when we overcommit, you don't do anything well. So you do it in a haphazard way, biara biara, right? So there's a quote that says mediocrity degrades, it de-energizes, and it devalues. Think about it. Mediocrity degrades, de-energizes, and devalues. So what is the impact of mediocrity? All we do is blame others. The blame game there. Oh, she didn't do it. That person didn't do it. And we blame instead of sitting down and say, okay, yeah, this is the problem. This has happened. What are the solutions? When are we going to become a solutions focused people? We always talk about the problems. They should have done this. They should have done that. They didn't do this. They didn't do that. Yeah. And then the impact of mediocrity is like selfishness. We feel entitled. We act out of self-interest. So nobody's looking out for the greater good. It's minkwa, minkwa, all about me. You go into certain societies and collectively they have something. I don't know what it's called, you know, like look at the Jewish people, okay? Or you take a society, they are known for something. This is what they stood for. But when you take us, all people say, look, I saw a clip. You know how people go to Ghana and they make these videos, and it was an African American gentleman. I think it's just him or him and his wife. And the way he described, I think he had gone to live in Ghana for a few months or he visited, and the way he described us, Mitia Brochi, but I knew what he was talking about and I felt ashamed. People cheating each other. We don't want to work hard. This is why a lot of times you send money home or you have a business. If you are not there, manage. Even it's hard to get people who are willing to do work hard because it's not there, it's not there. They'll even steal you blind. So like what are we doing? What are we doing? Yeah. And then to look at us with mediocrity. Instead of striving for excellence, somebody does something. I've never had an issue come up and somebody come and say, oh, this happened, but I think maybe this. Let's cut them some slack. Look, you made a mistake. This is what you can learn from it. We come and sit and they're gossiping and they're tearing apart. Hey, we tear people apart. We tear them to shreds. And then everybody say, oh, you see them on these platforms. Is that all we are good for? Listen, this same social media that you are on, there's a 13-year-old making millions, and you are sitting here. There's this young girl in the US. I forget what she calls Gabby Bowles or something. When she was younger and her mom was braiding her hair, the what do you call it? Those little clips we put in would just fall out. So the mother helped her. She set up a business, and now a lot of black kids are using those bows. The last time, about a week ago, last month, I saw that she was having her sweet 16 birthday. I'm like, what? She's grown up already. Wow. She probably has more money than you and I. See where she started from? And she looks just like you and I. And yet we sit back there and we don't allow our kids, oh, don't do this, oh, don't do that. Your child will come and tell you that, oh, these courses, I like mechanics. Oh, what mechanics? Oh, you fit any, blah, blah, blah. Okay, a carpenter. And then here, the money that they make, you don't know. We have these mindsets. We ourselves did not, or those things we want our kids to aspire to, we are not those, but we come from a system that has taught us that. So we think all our kids should be doctors, they should be lawyers, they should be this, they should be that. Leave your kids to branch out. Also, impact of mediocrity, we are inept and incompetent. Yes, we make bad decisions and then we leave a trail of disaster behind. What is going on now? Nobody is owning it where you chrome. Nobody takes responsibility. Nobody takes accountability for anything. They don't. Yeah. And then to lack of initiative. They are laziness, unwilling to work hard. They look for easy ways and then they deflect responsibility. Oh, Namibia. We show up at work anytime we want. Go to ministries. I don't know if anything has changed. They are going to do their business, be on the side before they come to the classroom. Who's going to hold them accountable? So mediocrity, it's just it's mind-boggling. So the comment is that before fight each other instead of working, supporting, and encouraging each other with excellence. Abrofo and other races support themselves, and that's why many are successful. Exactly. If they've learned a method or a process to do something, they share it so that other people will benefit. You and I, if we know something, we don't want anybody to know what we know. I'm trying to get here. If they follow me there, it will be too much. Selfishness, self-interest. It doesn't help. So what we have now is this. It's like community malaise, community sickness, yarebi. We're not progressive. We're not forward thinkers. The mind is still the same. What we learned in class 1 year didn't, because we refuse to pursue excellence. So with that, I'll go and do some commercials and we'll come back and talk about excellence. For me, no matter what anybody says, if you put mediocrity and you put excellence side by side, I won't even, in my sleep cry, no, I will say excellence. Because what is the point in coming to live a mediocre life, not accomplishing anything? You go to work, you come home, you go, and that's it. You go to parties and you come home. Meanwhile, there's this gray matter that you have been given to use to impact the world. You could be teaching a small child something. Maybe somebody hear me that I feel that I don't know anything. I'm here talking. Somebody will come and hear one thing and go, oh, okay, yeah, let me go and try that. How about that? We don't like learning. Learning is not only in the classroom. Okay, well, let's go. So, Sister Russell is not able to be here, but please support her by going to her YouTube channel. She's Boating Russells. She has a lot of health tips, different recipes, and also the virgin products. So support her. Has been with me since 2020 when we started doing these programs. And you know what? We need to build each other up. It's not often that you find, this is our community. She knows, knows that whether she's here or not, if she's here, I'll still say what I'm saying. Somebody could as well have come to her and say, now, every day you are talking, she's talking. Is she paying you? Because that's all that we are about. But will tell you that, hey, yes, she may not be paying me, but this is what I get out of it. This is how we build each other up. Everything, money is good, but as for us, the greed factor and into everything, we analyze it in terms of what I'll get, the money, whatever. No, sometimes coming together to collaborate, the things you get out of it, you don't know the half of it. Yeah, I've learned a lot from So, and then the programs that we have on this platform, we do the Facebook Lives Saturday mornings. We have Own It with Your Own Ornithologist. We have beauty lessons with your favorite auntie. We have Pearls of Wisdom, which is a passage from the Bible, like it's about a 10 to 17 or so minutes long. A Word with You is a shorter version, less than a minute, a passage from the Bible as well. And then there's reflections. I take something from my book, Reflections for a Thirsty Soul, and I share a post about it. There's also Auntie Yaa'S Nuggets. I take any topic relating to our daily lives, anything going on in the communities, everything that impacts us, and I talk about it. So, and then let's go. Let me find my banners. Sister Ajua Odo. Okay, where are we? She does Abrabomusem on Fridays. I think the time has changed. Is it 3:30 now? I forget when I went on. Oh, I was busy, so I went on late. The time has changed. I'll sort that out and give you the right details next week. And today she does marriage lessons with Osofo Samuel Okoso from Ghana. And it's on at 1:30 p.m. Mountain Standard Time, 3:30 p.m. Eastern. And that would be, I believe, 10:30 in Ghana. And Sister Sage, Miss Sage, has Sage's Share. Go to her website. She has T-shirts, different products, shea butter products. It's extensive, and the Canadians are waiting to get on board. But Sister Ajua does a good job of doing the promo. Me, I'm trying to talk and my mind is stuck, but I'm saying sageshare.com. Please go and patronize her products. As well, Miss Aisha Ankara, she's in London, Great Britain, or UK, Juice Plus and Avon. Sister Aisha doesn't have a platform, but she's always on people's platform, supporting, giving support to different individuals. Then there's Pastor P. Pastor P is a tap send person. Please patronize her. She has a code, Lady P. You get a discount when you sign up with her code. As well, she does a lot of Facebook Lives on health. Very detailed, very thorough, very knowledgeable, I must say. And she's also an ASEA redox agent. ASEA is good for, let me read some of the things: maintaining cardiovascular health, detoxifying toxins in the body. It fortifies the walls of the stomach, deals with acid reflux, Crohn's disease. It helps digestive, okay, digestive system to work effectively, and also hormonal balance, and it controls inflammation. Now, the Dreamers and Visionaries program used to come on at 1 p.m. Mountain Standard My Time and 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Now there's a collaboration. It's called Life Transforming Center. And this program comes on at 1 p.m. Mountain Standard Time, 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So that would be 10 p.m. BST and GMT. Okay. And we come together and we talk about different topics. The first topic was Mr. Chermatia Bebio talked about what we do with our money, financial literacy. And then the last two topics we've been discussing, why marriages are failing. Tomorrow, one of us is going to be speaking about, Rich Lady is going to be speaking about why we're not losing the weight as that we want to lose. So it's a collaboration. We come and we talk about different topics of interest. So Sister Jodo says it will be 8:30 p.m. in Ghana time. Okay, all right. Who have I missed? So there's Sister Sika Educates, very brilliant programs, lunchtime talks, Amma Manson, Mandy. There's all kinds of people out there. Please, these are the platforms where you will get knowledge. Seek knowledge, seek knowledge. I hope that I've covered everybody. The time is going, so let me get back to, lately I've been trying to keep it under an hour, but I don't think I will be able to do that today. So let's go to excellence anyway. We'll see where we get. I've lost my notes. All right. So excellence is defined as the condition of being superior or excelling at something. You do things exceptionally well. Yes. Striving for excellence. Where's the banner? All right. So we did, which one did we do? We talked about what is excellence. So yeah, I've described it. You do, so when you're pursuing excellence, you do things that stand out. You are like set apart. You do your things. You don't do your things biara. Doing shoddy work should be a shame to any human being, because if you have integrity, you know that, no, this is not the standard by which I want people to judge me. I'm doing my work. Let me do it well. I had this supervisor once, menka tree mu. No more for or na mete say bema na eka me ho bibi say abrofo de we think a certain we ball homodin they want to think say we suck up to obi. Na me said I'm sitting, if you know me, I don't suck up to people. I respect people, I honor people, but I'm not afraid of a person, because a human being who's as human as I am, if I'm not afraid of myself, why should I be afraid of somebody else? So they made this comment that put me off, and I said, oh, me that I thought I was working hard to set my standard. The guy was analyzing it a different way. I tried, I said, oh, I'm not going to be bothered. Me, who be the way my spirit inside me bothered me. I said, yeah, you're not known for that, please. I got out of it and I just continued doing my work the normal way that I want to do it. Yes. So striving for excellence, is the pursuit of excellence everything? I mean, okay, I'm not saying pursue. Oh, no problem, message. You're welcome. I'm not saying that pursue excellence to the detriment of family life. There are people who are workaholics. They work, their kids, they go to work in the morning, their kids don't see them. They come home, their kids are asleep. That's not what we are talking about. We're talking about ordinary, everyday Joe Blow people. Yes. Strive for excellence. You have to know yourself and your strengths. build on your strengths, that your strengths are what you use to make impact. Yes. For myself, what I say is I got tired of being always shoved and put to the side. People know there's something in you, but they feel threatened, so they put you to the side. I said, you know what? Let me take care of me, do something, make my own impact. So when I say that, because a lot of us, especially in our community, we are so much in the business of backstabbing, naysaying, putting people down, not allowing people to accomplish their dreams. So for me, I like to put, what's the term? Put my money where my mouth is, or if I'm saying it wrong. I said, I'm tired of people taking things away from me. So my names are on this. When my grandchildren look at them, they read my name on it. That is my legacy. Are you coming to take it away from me? Are you coming to say that I came and took your story and put it in here? So we need to stop cutting people down and allow people, if you see something good in somebody, encourage it, pull it out of them. Tell them you can do it. Push yourself. Push yourself. That's what I like about Obroni Kromaya Betna. Anybody can get up and be an expert because they have that one thing that they've refined and honed, and now they are an expert in it. Are you going to take it away from them? As we want to be everything. No, take one thing and focus on it. Okay? And also have pride in yourself and your work. You see, I'll say this. We say we are Christians, but we have this false humility. Or Krama Hoba, so you can't do this. If you do this, you are too proud. Or you are this, you are that. Hey, you have to stand out. You have to be set apart. That same Bible, go and Google excellence, scriptures on excellence in the Bible, okay? And focus on those and stop focusing on the false humility. Akrama Hobrase, you can't be Ajuodo. Ajuodo can't be me because we are not clones of each other. Everybody is different. Find what you are good at and do it. And then also share your knowledge and talents with those who value them. Sometimes we give up too easily. Somebody, look, the negative people, they are not going anywhere. They are insecure. They don't have confidence. They don't know that they can overcome these things. They see this large brick wall. It's even longer than the, what is that? What is that wall in China? The level of our insecurities and our mediocrity, it will stop you. You'll die before you realize that. You realize that I should have done this or I should have done that. No, it's not good enough. Yeah. Believe you'll make the world a better place through your contributions. Okay? If you had asked me that, I'll be sitting on Facebook talking and talking and talking, I'd have said no. Because when I started writing, I was just writing it and posting it on Facebook. And I thought that was all that I could do. People will come on my platform and say, when are you going to write that book? A schoolmate, she's in New Jersey. Oh, it just shook me up. It just shook me up. But today, here I am. Yes, I'm working on my fifth book. Anybody can be anything they want to be. Let me read some comments. They are coming so fast. Certain people within our society communities thinking of excellence is sleeping with someone else's husband, insult, gossiping, unnecessary competition, lies, manipulation, hypocrisy, bias, double standard, stigmatism, assumption, spreading misinformation, two-faced, evil deeds. Jesus Christ, what sort of people lack so much better scope? Ajwa, our problem, yo. And then bam, bam, and bam, we need to be our own person indeed. Thank you. And Asosika is clarifying that share knowledge with those who value them. Very important, yes, because some don't want to learn. Hello, Pastor P. Pastor P is greeting all of you. Okay. And I think this is message. Excellence, all that you do, do with your might. Things done by halves are never done right. Yes, thank you. Stupidity is a behavior learned and no one is born with it. So if you've just come on, we're talking about mediocrity and excellence. We've talked about mediocrity, the impact of it, and now we've also said what excellence is, and we're saying is the pursuit of excellence everything. I qualified it by saying that it is not being a workaholic or a workhorse. Your kids are asleep, you don't see them before you go to work, you come home, they're that kind of lifestyle where you don't have any family life, there's no balance. That's not what we are talking about. We're talking about the productive type of excellence. Everything is in balance, shape. So then believe that you make the world a better place through your contributions, believing in yourself, yes. And practice gratitude for the small and unpredictable moments. Look, when you're on this journey, everything is not going to be smooth and hunky dory. And you need to learn how to handle the down times. Yes. You write a book and nobody is buying the book. Are you going to give up? No. Keep writing. Find a different means of putting it out there. And then also show compassion and empathy to each other. That is the one thing that we lack in our community. Compassion and empathy. No, 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 no. Would rather gossip and put people down. Yes. See, Pastor P's caption there, turn your pain into purpose. I did that. And I'm here. Yeah. Do you know something? You need to read people's stories and where they came from and get inspired to push in life and stop sitting in those groups where they're not going anywhere and they don't want you to go and you are sitting there and you are stuck because you are afraid of human beings. You are afraid of somebody who breathes and does the same bodily functions as you. Are they any more special than you that you are so fearful of them? Fearing man. No, you'll never do anything. Look, if you get out of certain associations in which you are and you accomplish one thing that you desire to, you are on the way. If you are coming on and you hear this, I want you to take this. Don't let anybody stop you. Yes, for me, I know what I'm talking about. I've been stopped so many times in life. Oh, who is she? Who does she think she is? And then I'm sitting there quietly and I'm like, you don't know the half of it. What is inside me, it will come out. Yeah, we all have our different, not when I'm saying all this, it's not only relating to book writing. Book writing is important, very important to me. Whatever is important to you, focus on it and carve yourself a niche in that area and be excellent in that area for you. Most are confused with empathy and compassion versus pity and sympathy. Yes. And the pity and sympathy, then they'll do everything for you and they won't teach you how to fish. The other thing is that, speak your truth and let the world know what you stand for. You can't come and change my mind for me. These are my values. This is what I stand by. You can come and say, oh, now why is she sitting on Facebook talking every Saturday? Because I want to, because I love to. Yes. So you to do the same. Turn on your camera and talk if you want to, or whatever it is that you want to do, that you are stopping yourself or our external forces are stopping you. So when you see other people shining, then you get so envious. Have you sat down to analyze that? Choose to excel despite the level of difficulty. You see, you may need 7 steps to get to your goal. Then you get to number 3 and you're always too hard and you give up. No, 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 no. No. You see, our problem too is that we don't invest enough in ourselves. If you run into difficulties, some things you can't solve by yourself, maybe you need a mentor, you need a coach. But do we want to pay? You see, we want everything for free. Like, we have to change something. For me, what really bothers me is that we've moved from our country and come to these other places in the diaspora, and everything is here, yet we refuse to take advantage of it. Why? The comment says, most of the problems stem on dependency and inability to function on their own. And Pastor P says jealousy kills destiny. Oh, that is number one. Empathy puts oneself in the shoes of the other person and imagines what it will feel like to be in that condition or situation. And then Asosika says, Ajodomes are refusing to change and be accountable. And so many are living in illusion lives because they share things in common with limitations. Sister Ajo, I know that is you. So the other thing is you have to forgive yourself of past mistakes, yeah, or failures. So learn from them and move on. A lot of us, oh, this happened to me. My father didn't do this. My mother didn't do this. I come from a poor family. I'm this, I'm that. Do you know what Albert Einstein was told? Do you know other people? Do you know their stories? Oh, you can't amount to anything. And there they are up there shining. Is their story different from you? Hmm? Also, you need to embrace your authenticity. Yeah. Don't try to be like everybody. You are not everybody. You are different. Everybody is different. Everybody is special. Everybody has something inside them. It is up to you to bring it out. It is not me coming to do it for you. If I'm jealous of you, I'll look at you and keep you down. If I'm an encourager, I will say, hey, have you thought of this? Maybe you should be doing this. That is how we need to speak. If we can change our negative thoughts and the things that we put on people and rather try to bring them out, take one step a day. Take one step a day. Take one step little by little. You can't do it all at once. Oh, I'm afraid of speaking in public. Really? Go and stand in front of your mirror. Write one sentence. Look in the mirror. Say it to yourself over and over 2 or 3 times. Every day you do that. Next time, don't look in the mirror. Just stand there and say it. You have to find little tricks to make yourself better. There's reading, there's mentoring, but at the end of the day, it all depends on you and the steps that you are willing to take. So, and then again, I'll say strive for excellence, not perfection. Perfection is the whole move. Oh, it has to be perfect, so I can't do it now. And then they are stuck there. They are stuck. No, try it, fail, try it, fail. Keep going. Yes. I always talk about what's his name, Thomas Alva Edison. Do you know how many times he failed before he created a light bulb? He would have given up and gone to his grave, right? Persistence, like I call it tenacity. This is my mantra, okay? Tenacity, grit, and nerves of steel. If you don't have nerves of steel, you'll never get anywhere. You won't accomplish anything. I'll tell you a story. Sister Ajodo, anytime she's doing promos about my books, then she'll be saying, oh, Sister Ya, the fifth book, the fifth book. And I'm like, Sister Ajoa, why is she giving me this pressure? The fifth book? But you know, the fifth book, I started it. It's on my laptop. Then I'll go and type. Next time I go, maybe it will be 2 weeks later. As soon as she said that, I'm like, okay, what am I doing? Excuse me. When I was writing the 4 books, well, the first two, like when I'd go to work, I'd be carrying a notebook. On my break, I say at this my stage, I don't follow people coffee. I just go for my own coffee. Unless my manager says she's going to buy everybody coffee. I go and sit in the food court and I write. And I say, hey, let me go back to that. So I picked up my notebook. The first one that I did was October 22nd. On weekends, I get kind of, I think this past week when I went to start writing, I realized that November 3rd was the last one that I had written. I date it so I know the progress that I am making. So since I took that tip from her, I said, why am I going to type on the laptop? It's wasting time. I don't do it. If you see the notebook, you'll write. So that's what I'm doing now. So you find ways to make things work for you. So the question that I'm going to ask too is, okay, Sister Ya, do some people even understand the word authenticity in being yourself, your real self, owning your stuff, living for you, not because Pastor P says you should do this or Sister Aso is saying do that. It's you. This is what you stand for. Right now, if Sister Ajua tells me to do something and it doesn't line up with what I say, Sister Ajua, this one I can't. Me, well, you tried, but me, I can't. And you should be okay. Oh my goodness. Sorry, I thought I didn't bring my water, my throat. Excuse me. You should be okay with it. So let's go to the next banner. I asked the questions, pursuit of excellence, everything. Yeah, it is. You should. It's not, I'm not saying be a perfectionist or killing yourself, but in your mind, have at the back of your mind that these are my standards and this is what I strive for. And don't live by other people's standards. You do what works for you. So nothing of real importance happens when we linger in the status quo. The status quo is putting, staying put. This is how we've done it. Oh, why are you trying that? That's how it is. Leave it like that. Then we are sitting there. No, push it. Push the status quo. Push it. Yeah. And the other thing I say is that you are created in God's image. You have the ability to do things excellently over and over and over again. You keep trying, you keep pushing. For me, I used to call myself the energizer battery that never gives up. You push and you push and you push. Who's going to stop you? Is the question. There's a lady, there's a quote. I think the name is, and if I'm pronouncing it right, Anais Nen. The first one is spelled Anis, and the last name is Nin or Nain. And she made this quote. The question is not who is going to whatever. And then she said, but who's going to stop me? It's like push. Okay, she's a woman. Push. Women, we have lots going on. And if you are with an insecure man, they'll find a reason for you not to do what you have to do. You need to push yourself regardless, because the man that you are so focused on, he's not breathing for you. I've always said that if you need an oxygen tank, if you need something, they are not going to take his breath and give it to you. They'll attach you to your oxygen tank and to think clearly and focus on your dreams. And Pastor P says, I always move quietly so the mouth of the people won't interrupt me. I don't want anything to stop me from achieving my destiny and enjoying it. Thank you. As Taisha said, I'm all the way up and nothing can stop me. Yeah, ain't no stopping us now. Was it? Who's that? Cole and the Gang or Commodores? I'm mixing them up, but there's a song like that. I'll ask Alexa to play it for me today just to pick me up. Yes. And then to, you know what? The world is already filled with mediocrity. So don't settle. Don't settle. Be set apart. I said it earlier. Stand out. Stand out. For me, the way I am, I won't talk much, but if you think you want to put me in a hole, this, that, I'll show you that, hey, you know what? I'm on a different train. Many massages and do not know how to say no because they want to fit into the crowd due to lack of self-love, lack of self-value, lack of security, lack of self-assurance, and lack of understanding. Yes. And then also growth and development happens when you do more than is expected of you. There are people who are just doing the bare minimum. When you go to work, oh, me, I get paid to do only this. How do you stand out? And then when promotions and this come and they pass you over, they come and cry at me, hutuntumunti. Did you go a little? I'm not saying go and be used and abused, though, but make your work, the work that you are doing, make it stand out. Stand out. Yeah. And people will begin to follow you and perceive you as an expert if you are doing things well. People will come and ask you advice. So, what do you think of this? How should I do this? I don't know. For me, for the life of me, I can't understand how anybody would want to live in mediocrity or be in the status quo, you know? Aisha. Oh, yeah. Ain't no stopping us now. Song by Gene McFadden. Now I've remembered McFadden, Jerry Cohen, and John Whitehead. Thank you. Some of these songs, you hear it and you think like joke, but they have a message, And then also, when you are pursuing excellence, it means you are not a victim of procrastination. Yes. Sitting there, I'll do it today, I'll do it tomorrow. Some people, you become perfectionists. It has to be right before you will do it. It has to be right before you know, try it and fail. If you are not trying it out, how do you know you can get to that point? There's 6 steps to get there, and you are sitting there, and it takes time. At least get to three and say, it's getting hard. Is there somebody I can reach out to help me? Maybe they did it a different way, but we sit there and we sit there and time is ticking. At the beginning of this Facebook Live, I said it's November 12th. We started the year January 1. Even me right now, I've written down points of, like, to do my vision board. I'm a little late in my whatever. People have and I'm not comparing myself to people. Somebody is probably already done, but you need to have an idea of what you are going to be doing next year, God willing, if you are still in the land of the living. You can't just live life to chance. And you know what? When people who tend to pursue excellence have less stress in their lives, because when there's a project and there's a deadline, you know how you do your thing, so you start working on it in term. Today is November 12th. Let's say the project is due on the 30th, and you're going to wait till the 26th before you start working on it. Then you stress and stress and stress yourself. Right. No, you plan ahead, because it's not just you working on the project. Other people have to look at it. So today is the 12th. You tell yourself, okay, by the 18th, I should have an outline, a sketch to give to whoever to look at. And then they'll give you feedback, and you come back and you tweak it. You tweak it by 25th, it's done. Then you sit there and you look through it and say, 25th. If you want to be a perfectionist, you say, oh, no, maybe 25th, it was due on the 30th. You give it to the manager. You've given them 4 days grace. They can look through it and give it back to you. You correct it, and then you'll be known as somebody who gets things done and on time. Oh, that person, oh boy, you know, don't you want that? Or do you want to be, oh, she's sloppy, she's lazy, she doesn't get things done? And vultures always procrastinate due to their goalless mindsets and limited foresight, in my personal opinion. Yeah. So, and then you know what? I'll leave you with this. You were created to produce excellence in your calling, in work, career, ministry, marriage, anything that you in. For me, there's a quote, I think it's saying, it says, anything that is worth doing is worth doing well. Do it well the first go around. I mean, you have your draft process and all that, but I'm saying those steps are you taking those steps. Do it well so that people don't come back to you to redo things 3, 4 times. No. Okay. So, yes. What time is it now? Oh, okay. Today we've been talking about own it, mediocrity versus excellence. We said what mediocrity was, how it adversely affects us. We've talked about excellence. Is the pursuit of excellence everything? Yes, it is, but we say there has to be balance, but it has to be a standard that you live by. Doing shoddy work. If you are a business and you're doing shoddy work, nobody's going to come and patronize your business. Your reputation should be important enough to you to maintain a high standard. So the reason why I came to talk about this is that in our community, we have this issue. We don't do things, we don't have standards that we live by. We think, we think it's okay to just do shoddy work and get away with it. Because, yeah, in that system, people are allowed to get away with it. But you personally, as an individual, what standards are you going to hold? Do you have high standards, or you're on the low bar over here? If I meet you, what impression would I form about you in terms of how you do things? Look, if there's 3 people, one person is looking for a particular product and 3 people, you are one of the 3. Of course, there's reviews, right? That's why people write reviews. Yeah. And so people are going to look at the reviews and what people have said about your standards or how well you do things. And that will be the decision that they'll make. Oh, I'm going to go with that one because of a good review somebody left. We need to own ourselves. We need to value ourselves enough. We need to know that we are good enough and believe in ourselves enough to do things well. And in all this, seek knowledge. I said learning is not in the classroom alone. There's lots of learning out there. If you're looking for financial knowledge, it's on YouTube, all kinds of things everywhere. Read books, listen to books. Your mind is your greatest asset. and you need to develop it. When you develop it, that is when the excellence will come along. Grow yourself as a person consistently, please. Okay? So with that, we've come to the end of another program. Don't forget to join our Sister Ajuodo at 1:30 Mountain Standard Time, 3:30 p.m. with Osofo Samuel. And tomorrow on this platform at 1 p.m. Mountain Standard Time, 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, which will be 3 plus 7, 10 p.m. Ghana time. Do join us on this platform for Life Transforming Center. Tomorrow's topic is when you're not losing the weight as much as you expected to. We have one of our collaborators, Sister a Rich Lady, coming to speak to us about that. So tune in at that time. And let's see. The last comment here is people with knowledge, wisdom, emotional intelligence, understanding do know their level of capacity and limitations. Yes, so please make it a point to join us tomorrow. So we'll be back next week. The only people who can stop our progress and successes are ourselves, indeed. Watch out for the videos and post on this platform. Like, comment, and share. As well, give us stars. We've been doing this program since 2020. Give us stars so that we'll continue to bring you these educative programs. Those of you who joined me today, Sister Aisha, Sister Ajuodo, Chiamia J, Pastor P. Let me see. Who am I missing? Sister Aso. Hey, this is why I don't like calling names, so then you forget somebody. Sorry, and anybody else, please, if you're coming after, do leave us our comments. It will be a pleasure to come back and respond to you. Yes. You're welcome, Aisha. Nice to see you again. I've missed you, eh? And then thank you and God bless you for all your excellent. Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. Have a great weekend, and whatever you do, remember, pursue excellence. Thank you. Bye-bye. Love you all.